Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Orthodox Banter with Boyan. Guess I'm tad late for the party for what I'm about to discuss, but I think I have some thoughts that I want to expose you to, so apologies in advance. So as you might have heard you have probably seen it in different media that Pope Francis intends to extend blessing to same-sex unions. That is, for the Catholic Church to introduce this blessing into their, rites. Probably everyone who knows about this also knows that this isn't how really things transpired, because it was a part of a dubia, where somebody has asked, can the Church extend, these blessings to same-sex unions, and the response that the Pope gave isn't all that pro-LGBT as one might assume. However, it is still extremely problematic. And I hope to revisit the issue of journalism and how they transfer information in one of the future videos. But one of the primary concerns here is, journalism itself. Sometimes I feel like journalism is the primary engine of lying. So as humans, we are prone to lying, but journalism and media make our lying much more faster and efficient. So what the Pope did say, he did say that the Church can never bless sin, which is fine. However, he did say that Church can extend, now I'm paraphrasing here, something along the lines of, we can extend a blessing for these couples to live in chastity as long as such blessing isn't considered, a marriage. And I'm not really sure that's a good idea, and I would assume that a lot of you agree with me on a much stronger terms, because of a couple of reasons. First is the experience of the Orthodox Church, because we've had a similar thing. Of course, it wasn't the blessing of the same-sex union, but it seems that it was in effect used like that. It was essentially a rite of, brother making. So you would have two people, guys generally. I don't think it was actually practiced by women. And they would have this rite performed, and they would essentially consider each other brothers. Now, apparently, it seems that this ritual was misused between people who didn't really consider themselves brothers, so it was outright banned, from what I can recall. Wouldn't a similar thing happen like in the modern times? Because let me put it in the direct way that I can. I would venture to say that most of people who live in same-sex unions do not really seek marriage per se. What they really want, in essence, is for the Church to say that their union is okay, that it is, not sinful. They're essentially trying to placate their conscience. And if you have a rite like this, it can be used to those means. And then you'll say, but Boyan, it's for people who live in chastity. And I'm going to put a pin on that, same-sex couples that live in sexual chastity. The first thing that I want to, it's adjacent. The thing is, how does one define chastity? Some people might be like, we live in chastity. I mean, we have sex together, even though we are of the same sex, but we do not cheat. So we technically live in chastity, marital chastity still, and so on and so forth. That's one thing. Second, I think that the issue of same-sex couples who live in sexual chastity is something that requires exclusive, pastoral discernment. and it is not something that should be, regulated publicly, precisely because of this reason. Because, for example, we have, I don't know, a couple that lives in this, celibate relationship, as it were, platonic relationship, and already it would raise a couple of eyebrows because it is not something that is, everyday occurrence. It is still sort of askew. However, it does help people with the feeling of loneliness and so on and so forth. However, to say the quiet part out loud might give an unprecedented amount of abuse, and if we learned anything from Catholic changing things is that these changes tend to lead to a lot of abuse. Also, if the church outright says that they will bless, chaste couples, you're essentially blessing a relationship that is extremely risky, because, okay, some individuals, maybe the priest can say, okay, this is unconventional and I'm not for it. But if you can manage to pull through, I've known some cases like this, and they ended up like in good ways, in Christian ways. However, these are very few and very far between. And for the church to simply blurt out, oh yeah, we can bless, it can give much leeway to people who are not strong enough to push for like a celibate union, and then you in effect bless sin. I think that Cardinal Zen has commented that Pope Francis didn't actually stop the German bishops from extending these blessings, and I'm not even sure that the German bishops were blessing, as Pope Francis said, like chaste unions. And of course there are some, good commentaries like, well, does that mean that we can bless brothels as long as we do not give an impression that it is not a home or something like that? It is literally playing with extreme fire. No, it's not playing with fire, it's playing with white phosphorus. And that is why, but then again, as we all know, Pope Francis is the patron saint of problematic statements, and I would really hate to be in his PR team. And his PR team is problematic because, or whoever makes his intentions, prayer intentions, and I'm going to make a video on them, because they're so bureaucratic. These were some of my thoughts on the issue. Again, I try to extend as much charity as I could towards the Catholics. Of course, a lot of Orthodox will be, Catholics are blessing same-sex unions, and so on. Maybe. I do try to see what Pope Francis tried to say, and it is a special school of divination to know that. I'm not clairvoyant. However, I think that his intentions were pure and everything, but as sadly happens, they tend to be misguided. I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye!